Today's breakfast, mostly eggs, scrambled eggs and steamed eggs. Today is about as crowded, a little less crowded than yesterday, even though it's a Monday. I expected all the kids to be in school, but a lot of kids appear to still be on vacation. Here's some traditional seaweed soup, Korean seaweed soup. The price, if you wanted to come to this breakfast buffet, you'd have to pay 50,000 Korean won, which is about 40 to $45 US. Here we have some salmon and steamed eggs, some dumplings, some greens, tomatoes. I was trying to ask the chef, Korean chef, how they prepare their scrambled eggs. Wondering if they use butter or what they use, or margarine or seed oil, and he didn't seem to know. So we asked another chef, older chef, and he said that they don't use butter, they use milk, cream, and corn oil. So I thought that was very odd, using corn oil. It's almost, I never heard of that. And then he said he can make the scrambled eggs any way I want, using whatever I want. Yeah, this seaweed soup, it's got some beef in it. It's pretty good. I noticed that when I have their fried eggs, the food feels very heavy. The eggs feel very heavy. It must be because they're using seed oil. When you sit down, the servers will ask if you want coffee. You tell them what coffee you want, but they don't bring the coffee, not even until I've had 2 servings already, and they still haven't brought my coffee. I don't know what's going on here. Here's Vietnamese pho. Again, the process is you have to grab the ingredients yourself, put it into a bowl, you give it to the chef, and then they steam it or cook it in hot boiling water, and then add the soup broth on top. Process is a little awkward, I think. You should tell them you want a bowl, and they should make it for you instead of you having to do all that work of grabbing the ingredients. But I suppose you can customize it a little better. Being in Korea for about 4 days or 5 days now, I would notice that in terms of the men and women, I think as far as their fashion sense is a bit overhyped. They don't dress as fashionably as people in Japan, from what I recall, at least from the last time I was there. And they're more casual, I would say. And I'll say as far as weight-wise, yeah, they're about this. They're all over the map. Women some are skinny, some are chubby, medium, stocky. It's all over the place. They come in all kinds of sizes. Tall, skinny, short, all kinds. Men-wise, though, they tend to be very big and stocky. They are now the Samoans of East Asia. Big and stocky, big and above average weight and girth. Like they could be football players. I'm surprised none of them are in the NFL yet. This is a famous bread in Gyeongju. Here, serving here at the hotel breakfast. Not sure exactly what's inside. Red beans. Hwangnam bread. I've had this before. What's so special about this? I guess it's alright. But it's a bit kind of wet here on the bottom. It's wet. Yeah, I'm surprised to admit that I think the training here at this particular Hilton in Gyeongju, the training of the staff is definitely lacking. Many of the staff kind of walk around like they don't really have either they're running around hectic, or they seem to be a little confused. And when you order coffee from them, or they take an order from you and they ask you what kind of coffee would you like, either they don't bring it at all, or they're super late to even bring it. Yeah, surprisingly, I think the training that the Thai workers get in most of the Hilton hotels in Thailand and Bangkok are going to be better trained, and they serve customers better. They smile more, they're more polite and friendlier, more prompt, and they walk around with more purpose. Yeah, so the breakfast at the Hilton is about 50,000 won, about $45. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth it. Not only is the food, I mean, the food is okay, but I don't think it's worth that much. But the worst part of it is the service. Again, service isn't bad, it's just not great. The workers, servers, even the seniors, they're just not well trained. They're not well trained, they're not friendly, they don't seem purposeful. They don't walk with purpose, they don't work with purpose. They just sort of like seem a bit confused and a bit like tattered. Even the trainees are like that. Even the seniors are like that. I'm baffled why these Koreans, their work efficiency is not as good as the Hilton, the Thai workers who work at the Hilton in Bangkok. I'm really surprised. I mean, if you go to like the Westin or some of the other high-end hotels, I mean, the workers are so sharp. I mean, so professional. They bow, they smile, they greet you. Here, they don't even make eye contact. They avoid eye contact, literally. They're not necessarily being rude. They're just not being welcoming or professional. I mean, they do their jobs, but I mean, mediocre, I would say. Above mediocre. You ask them for coffee. They offer you coffee. You tell them what you want, and it may or may not even arrive. 50% chance it may or may not arrive, and then also there's a 50% chance that it's going to arrive really late, like 10 minutes late, like 10 minutes after you order it, 15 minutes after you order it. Yeah, so this Hilton here in Gyeongju, they need to really update their training. Really update their training, because it's not at the level that you would expect. Yeah, we are on the way to Bulguksa Temple in Gyeongju. On the route to the temple, you see this shopping complex. The cab driver just dropped us off. It costs about just 12,000 Korean won, which is about maybe $10 US from the Hilton Gyeongju. Took maybe about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to get here. Up some winding roads up the hill. So there's a lot of tour buses. I see a lot of Korean senior citizens coming here touring. I'm not sure what this crowd is. A lot of Korean older senior citizens. We're up on top of the mountain here. Cab drivers dropping off passengers, tour buses. I don't see any young people, or I saw a couple of foreigners. Mostly local Koreans. Yeah, there's another pathway up this hill. I'm not sure where this leads to. And then there's this temple here that people are entering. I'm not sure if they charge for tickets or if it's free. Commentary about the Hilton Hotel again in Gyeongju. I know I've been talking a lot about the staff, but there is something about them where even if you, like, I could be standing at the lobby in the hotel at Hilton, and I could be looking at the staff straight in the eye, and even if they see me, they won't nod or acknowledge me, and they'll just look the other way and keep doing their work. I mean, that's just the culture here with the staff at the Hilton in Gyeongju, and it's unfortunate that they're like that. I think a lot of older Koreans might be that way, and it's just sort of, some of it has sort of drifted and sort of trickled downwards to this generation. I see it more with the older folks here in Gyeongju. If you talk to them, they'll engage with you and they'll answer any questions. I mean, they're polite, but in terms of just being outwardly friendly, I mean, making eye contact and acknowledging you, saying, nodding or bowing, they don't do that here. At the other high-end Korean hotels, they will do that. So up this path, if you walk up here for about 1 hour, you will get to another UNESCO temple or statue. I'm not sure what's there. It's called the Seokguram Grotto. It's another UNESCO site. And maybe by car 20 minutes. By car it says. And it says 50 minutes by walking. I'm not sure how it only takes, I don't know if that makes sense. As far as 50 minutes to walk and 20 minutes by car, you would think it would only take like 15 minutes by car then. Yeah, so that's another side. I don't know if we're going to go there today. That's a long walk. I guess you could take a cab up there too, I suppose. But where we're going to go today is this site here, which is another UNESCO site. I see a bunch of kids now entering, school kids. And a couple of foreigners over there. Found some foreigners. And there's public Wi-Fi here, so you have plenty of internet right here at this site, at this tourist site. So there's no ticket fee. This place is free, basically free. A lot of historical sites in Korea are basically free. They don't charge you for it. Unlike other countries where they do charge a fee, especially a higher fee for foreigners. Here it's free. If South Korea can improve their hospitality at many of these locations, this would be quite a place for foreigners and tourists. And it's something written in Korean. Gyeongju Bulguksa. The map of Bulguksa here. And here's written something, Gyeongju Bulguksa. It says, the construction of this temple was begun by Prime Minister Kim Dae-sung in 751. And they spelled his last name Kim with a G, not a K. That's unusual. The 10th year of King Gyeongdok and completed in 1774. I'm sorry, completed in 774 AD. The 10th year of King Hee-gong, the temple served as a center of Shila Buddhism and of prayer for the protection of the country from foreign invasion. The entire temple was burnt down by Japanese invaders in 1593, the 26th year of Joseon King Sonjo, because the temple was used as a base of the volunteer militia. So they used this place as a militia base for military purposes against the Japanese, so the Japanese burned it down back in 1593. Though the main hall and a few other principal buildings were rebuilt, it was not until 1969 to 1973 that it was completely restored after thorough research, investigation, and excavations of the ancient temple site. Important cultural properties from the unified Shila period located on the premises included the two stone pagodas, Seokgatap and Tabotap pagodas, Yeonwagyo and Cheonggongyo bridges, Annyeongmun Gate, the seated gilt bronze Amitabha statue enshrined in the Guknang Hall, and the seated gilt bronze Vairocana statue in the Birojon. All these works and other Buddhist relics attest to the flowering of Buddhist art and culture of Shila in 1995, along with Seokguram Grotto. The temple was designated as a World Cultural Heritage by the UNESCO. So this Buddhist temple is apparently actually a working temple. There are actually Buddhists who live here. I don't know how many, but there are people who actually live here. All right, let's go inside. Just a little lake, pond.
We can take the taxi up.
So this place is more than 1,000 years old, maybe close to 2,000 years old. So right under the first structure, this place is likely burnt down and then they rebuilt it. There are some Buddha statues here. Old. So here's a museum you can enter. Costs 2,000 won, or maybe about $1.50 to enter. Weather is warm today. There's no breeze. I'd say humidity is around maybe 30%. Entrance to the museum. Here's a place where you can get some drinks. Souvenir store, maybe? Korean Culture and Tourism Guide. There are these black tablets for sale. They're 20,000 won each, which is about 18 US dollars. Upon yapso chon won 입니다. Something is 1,000 and something is 20,000. Not sure which one is which. Maybe the blank ones are 1,000? And the items with inscriptions on it is 20,000? Not certain. Little gift shop. They even have ice cream here. Ice cream, sodas, coffee, water. There's even a natural spring. I guess you could drink water here. I see people drinking the water. Yeah, right. Drinking the water here. This is the natural spring water from Bulguksa Temple here in Gyeongju, South Korea. This is the natural spring water in front of the Bulguksa Temple in Gyeongju, South Korea. This is supposed to be a Buddhist temple, a UNESCO site, and you can drink the spring water here.